Hi, welcome to Chard Review. The highly anticipated Barbie movie has arrived in theaters, and that means we're here to explain the ending and main plot points of the film. There will be spoilers for the Barbie movie in this video. This is your spoiler warning. There are chapter timestamps. You can jump around the video as you wish. And as a reminder, the film is still in theaters, so we can only use footage from the trailers. Please bear with us there. If you have any questions about the film or you just want to give us your opinion on it, leave a comment below. The general plot of the Barbie movie is fairly straightforward. Margot Robbie is stereotypical Barbie living in Barbie Land with all the other Barbies. In the world of the movie, Barbie Land is a real place, but only Mattel is really aware of it. 10 years ago, Skipper got out of Barbie Land and went to Key West trying to babysit someone's kids, and several Allens have left as well. In fact, the entire instant group is made up of Allens, even Justin. To leave Barbie Land, you drive, then take a boat, then a spaceship, a bike, a van, a snowmobile, and finally rollerblades. This allows you to go from Barbie Land to Los Angeles, but you can also go back from LA to Barbie Land by just following that same pattern in reverse order. Everything in Barbie Land is perfect for the Barbies. They run everything and do everything while they Kens and Allen are just kind of there. They don't have jobs and Barbie doesn't even know where the Kens and Allen. They're fairly unimportant. One day, stereotypical. Barbie suddenly has thoughts of death and her heels touch the ground, which never happens. It's later discovered this happened because her owner in the real world was having irresponsible thoughts of death, which opens a portal between the worlds and carried over into stereotypical Barbie and Barbie Land. Weird Barbie, who is kind of an all-knowing prophet of sorts, explains some of this to stereotypical Barbie and sends her on a quest to Los Angeles to find her owner and figure out a resolution to the problem, healing the membrane between the two realities and closing the portal. Originally, stereotypical Barbie thought the owner was a tween girl named Sasha. As it turns out, it was actually her mother, Gloria, who was also the executive assistant to the CEO of Mattel. Gloria missed the days when her daughter was a bit younger and I actually wanted to spend time together and play with Barbies. Now she's in junior high and hates everything, including what Barbie stands for. After visiting Mattel's offices and finally realizing Gloria's problems, Barbie decides the best thing to do would be to take Sasha and Gloria back to Barbie Land, where women run everything to show them that things can be better than they are in the real world. Unfortunately, Ken tagged along with Barbie when she first went to the real world, and shortly after arriving he was introduced to the patriarchy where men are in charge and respected, the exact opposite of how things are in Barbie Land. Ken takes his limited knowledge of the patriarchy, heads back to Barbie Land before Barbie and reforms the place, turning it into Kendom, get it? Like kingdom but kingdom. Anyway, he ended up telling all the Kens that everything in the real world existed to elevate men, effectively hypnotizing all the Barbies and empowering all the Kens. They turned Barbie's dream house into King's Mojo Dojo. Casa House made all the Barbies bring them beers and basically wait on them hand and foot, and took over all the spots on the Barbie Supreme Court in 48 hours. They would vote to make these changes permanent, gathering at Weird Barbie's dream house to devise a plan to reverse things. Gloria makes a speech about how women are treated and how things should be instead of how they are, and effectively empowers the Barbies, snapping them out of the hypnotic funk they were previously in. These newly reformed Barbies then proceed to distract the Kens one by one so Gloria can repeat the speech to each Barbie and return them back to their original state of mind. This starts a montage of distraction in which the Barbies pretend to not know how to use Hasho or claim to have never seen The Godfather, so they can be mansplained to effectively distracting the Kens. Once all the Barbies have been reformed, the plan changes to make the Kens think they're romantically interested in them, then make them jealous by essentially flirting with other Kens, causing a Ken civil war. While the Kens are distracted with their civil war, the Barbies reclaim their seats on the Supreme Court and correct the laws reverting Barbie Land back to normal. As the movie comes to an end, the Barbies and Kens agree that things should be more equal, although still favoring the Barbies. For instance, the Barbies will take the King's feelings into consideration now, but no Kens are allowed on the Supreme Court now. When Barbie was at the Mattel offices earlier in the movie, she ran into the ghost of Mattel co-founder Ruth Handler on the 17th floor. Ruth took over as president of Mattel in 1945, created Barbie in 1959, and continued to hold the position of resident until 1974 before eventually passing away in 2002. Oddly enough, the ghost of Ruth makes reference to her issues with the SEC in the movie, which caused her to resign from the Mattel presidency and ended with her being fined $57,000 and forced to do 2,500 hours of community service. When adjusted for inflation, that $57,000 would be around $270,000 today, so not really that big of a fine for the former president of Mattel. Anyway, Barbie Land was fixed but stereotypical. Barbie wasn't sure where she belonged. After having been exposed to the real world and real feelings of anxiety, self-consciousness, death, and despair, Ghost Ruth appears again and leads Barbie into a void-like realm where she helps Barbie determine that she should become human. The film ends with Barbie in Los Angeles riding with Gloria and Sasha as they drop her off at a gynecologist appointment. This is a nod to the fact that as a doll, Barbie did not have going to tell you at all, but now as a human she does, so she needs to get them checked out. Diving a bit deeper, the Barbie movie focused quite a bit on the patriarchy. Obviously there is a lot of satire in the film, so it shouldn't be taken too seriously, but it's pointed commentary about the modern world. While women had careers such as being a doctor, in the real world of the film, just like Barbie dolls, men could still openly demean women, and Mattel was run by a board of men and only men. In fact, the only woman on the executive floor of Mattel was Gloria, and she was merely an executive assistant. This is further compounded by the ignorance of virtually every male in the movie. The Kens in Barbie Land were extreme parodies of real men living only to serve the Barbies, so much so that it can only have a good day if a Barbie acknowledges them, while for Barbies every day is a good day. This is direct social commentary about how men can do just about anything without really worrying about it. But women are seemingly in a constant state of fear, anger, or depression. I'm an expert at controlling my anger, because I do it infinitely more than you, so all of this just feels like projecting. Then you have men in the real world who are only slightly more intelligent than the Kens. Will Ferrell as CEO of Mattel acted more like his Ron Burgundy Anchorman character than a real CEO. I'm kind of a big deal. Once again, this is all extreme satire, but Greta Gerwig is making a statement that Barbie Land is run by women who dominate the men, while the real world in the movie is the exact opposite, with men running everything and dominating the women. Well, this is certainly an extreme take. Ken picks up on this half-truth and takes it back to Barbie Land, nearly destroying everything the Barbies have built. It isn't until the very end of the film that there's any kind of compromise, but this is still a distorted mirror of our real world more than anything else. The Barbies still run the place, but they've thrown the Kens a few scraps to keep them from acting up again. In our modern world, women can now vote, hold a variety of professions and seem equal at a surface level. But one glance at the recent Supreme Court rulings and it's clear that things are not really equal. Whether you agree with this or not, this is the social commentary Greta Gerwig is speaking about within the film. The icing on the cake is that Barbie was created as sort of the perfect doll that would empower women. 844. She's had hundreds of professions and was a presidential candidate over a decade before Hillary Clinton ran, although Clinton was not the first woman to run for U.S. The point is that Barbie was created to be an icon for women, but instead many women took the same view as Sasha in the film, thinking Barbie is everything that's wrong with women in the world. The Barbie movie walks a fine line between satire, real social commentary of the modern world and the patriarchy, and even pokes fun at Barbie herself. Now the film did fall flat for me as I didn't find it all that funny, but if it had been more in line with my style of humor, this would have been an amazing movie. Meaning for a lot of people who did enjoy the humor of the film, it offers deep levels of social commentary while still being completely ridiculous and thoroughly entertaining. So what did you think of the Barbie movie? Was the social commentary pretty much? Or did it strike a good balance between satire and social commentary? Would you want to see a sequel with Barbie in the real world as a human this time? Let us know your thoughts in the comments below. For now, that wraps up this video. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed the video, please don't forget to like, subscribe and share with someone who loves Margot, Robbie and Barbie. Please like and subscribe for more movie recaps. Thank you for watching.